Hey guys, how's it going? I'm going to be making this video about a story of renewal, of revitalization. It's going to be my story. And before you say, well, you're only 20, you don't have a story to tell, I have enough of a story to be able to inspire someone. At least I hope I do. I hope I have enough of a story to have someone realize that they can do greater stuff, whether it's whether they come to the same realization I did or they come to a different realization. But I hope to inspire someone that they can to where they can keep going with their life and just keep being who they are, and that's all that matters, is being who you are and living a full life. And a disclaimer before I start, I'm not trying to convert anyone or push this on anyone. I felt this video needed to be made, and I felt this was the right time to make it. It was the right point in my life to make this certain video. I'm sure later in life I'll make more videos with more experience, but I felt like I needed to make this one now. My story begins when I'm young. My family and I, we used to go to church, and we used to go pretty regularly. Of course, I was pretty young, so I don't know actually how often we went, but to me it seemed like we went pretty regularly. But when I was 4 or 5, I don't know, maybe 6, we stopped going. For whatever reason, we stopped going. I don't know the reason. I don't know the cause that, what caused it, but we just stopped going. Now, we still considered ourselves Christian, and we still prayed at dinner. But besides that, we didn't really practice our religion. And so, going on, we just kept doing that for several years, and partway through 7th grade, my family moved to a different state, and I just felt like it was the worst possible thing. And before we moved, I tried praying to where we didn't have to move. I tried, asking God for us not to move, because I didn't want to leave my friends. I didn't want to leave my hometown. But we still moved. And after we moved, I tried a couple more prayers for whatever, to make things better, to do something, but nothing at the time. It felt like nothing was working. No prayers had gotten through. I started to think that I wasn't being listened to. And it wasn't until about sophomore or freshman year, where I decided in my head, in my body, in my soul, that there was no heaven, there was no hell, there was no God. And I stopped praying. My family would pray at dinner still, and I would sit there in awkward silence as they prayed. I would sit there with my eyes open, and I'd kind of just watch them, look around at them. They all have their heads bowed, and they're all listening to this prayer. Then they'd say amen, and I wouldn't say anything at all. I just kind of start eating. And I lost all religion inside me. And it wasn't until about a year ago where I started thinking, what if there is a God? What if I've been wrong this entire time? But I just kept on brushing that aside. I just kept saying, no, that can't be. I mean, he's never there. There is one. What has he done for me? And that's a really selfish way to think. That's not how you should think when you think about God and religion. And so I've sort of changed my entire way of thinking. I've changed it to, how can I help people? How can I do right? How can I help the world? And it wasn't until last Saturday, sorry, where I realized that there's a God, and He is very much there, and He is helping everyone as best He can. And I realized this by praying for the first time in 5 or 6 years. I was at the Academy of Children's Theatre, and there's a group there, a small group, that before a show, they do a small prayer to basically say thank you for everything, for the people they've met, for the experience they've had during that show, or just thank you. And I prayed with them. They went around the circle and let everyone say their own little prayer, and I said mine. I said, Lord, it's been a while since we've last talked, but I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for all the experiences and all the people I've met. And I passed it on. After that, I went up to the soundboard, and I was breathing rather fast, so I asked my fellow sound person if they can take over, and I had to go outside to breathe. And while I was out there, I talked to him again. I said, Lord, thank you for everything. Thank you for all the people, all the experiences. I'm so sorry I lost faith. I'm sorry I didn't talk to you for this long, but thank you. Thank you for everything. And I went back inside, back up to the soundboard, took back over the job, finished the show, and went and did strike. We took down the set and everything. During the cast party, I asked one of my friends if I could go to church with them, and thankfully they said yes. Thankfully they told me the church, and we settled the time. A couple of us, two of us were talking to her, and we decided, let's go try it out. And I went to church on Sunday, and guys, I got this, and I've been reading it since Sunday. Now, yes, it's only 2 days, but in those 2 days, I've seen the world. I've seen everything I look at, everything I hear, everything I think. I'm seeing it in an all new light, as if God is so much more active, as if the Lord is so much more active in my life now that I've let Him in. I found that some things that would have made me upset, like a guy cutting me off on the freeway, and I had that happen today. I would have started yelling in my car, but I was more tolerant. Just one day at church, one time going to church in this long one sermon, one worship, and I'm seeing the world in a different light. And that's such a good thing for me, guys. That's that's making it to where I can do what I want to do. It's given me confidence. It's opened my eyes and made me realize all this stuff that I want to do, that I want to do with my life, I can do it. I can do it with him by my side. With him there, he can help me do it. Now, I said at the beginning of this, I wasn't trying to convert you or to say you should go to church. It'll make everything better. My message to you guys is that find find the thing, find that thing that makes you happy, that makes you realize I can keep going. For me, it was church. For me, it was finding God and and starting anew with Him. But for you, it might be different. Just find that small or big, medium, small, medium, big, medium. I don't even know the different size of. Just find that one thing or that series of things that make you go, I can do this. That make you realize I can follow my dream. I don't have to go and do everything I'm told I have to do just to follow my dream. I can make my own way. I might need help, but I can do it. Don't listen to the people that say you can't do it. Me going to church, that's what it took for me to realize that I can be an actor. I can do this professionally. Now, some of you are saying that doesn't make sense, but as I said, I'm seeing the world in a new light. When I when I was basically away from God, when I didn't believe in anything, people told me that it would be hard and only a certain amount of people could actually become an actor, and that it was probably never going to happen. And it started to get to me. I started to believe them. And then the people came along saying that I had some raw talent, and if I just apply myself I could do it. And I was like, yeah, but no, I can't. It's not gonna happen. And like, I can't let these plans move to LA. And I was like, yeah, I'm totally gonna do it. But in my mind, my mind just kept on telling me, no, you can't. It's not gonna happen. It'll never happen. And I don't know what about it, but going to church, finding God, letting Him in my soul, letting Him fill my soul with His presence, it triggered something inside me that I can do it. I can actually go. I can move to LA. I can be the one in a million that people say, the only one that people say makes it. I can be that one. So guys, find your thing. Find your niche. Find whatever makes it to where you actually believe, and to where you have the confidence to do what you want to do, and hold on to it. never, ever let it go. Thank you.